We're going through the steps. They want to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor. They will also want to put a kill switch in your car as well too, for those who have misbehaved. if you're a bad person, you've been a bad boy, you've been a bad girl, yeah, got the kill switch for you. And I don't know if you guys remember this video of one of y'all other favorite, Mr. Gates. Mr. Gates, how he was talking about the CO2 levels are too high. He said, and matter of fact, I'm not even going to say it. I want you to hear him say it. Listen to what he says concerning CO2.
This equation has four factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that
he said CO2, we want to get it to zero. How is that possible? How can you get CO2 to zero? Are you trying to do away with carbon-based life? Because we're carbon-based life. Trees, okay? Flowers, vegetables, the animals. They're all carbon-based life. So how can we bring CO2 to zero, Mr. Gates?
It's going to be based on the number of people,
people,
the services each person's using on.
So the services that each person would use. So first, people are the beginning of the equation. And then what adds on to the CO2 is the services per person. Whether if each person have a car, right? Each person breathes, right? So we contribute to that. What else?
Average, the energy on average for each service.
So the energy per service. So we, the people, we use the service, but the service is also emitting energy, costs us energy.
And the CO2 being put out.
And the CO2 that's being put out per unit of energy. But the underlying factor is people. Duh, because without people, we wouldn't have services per person. There would be no services. There would be no energy to be consumed, right? So let's hear the rest of his equation here.
Per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero.
How we could get this down to zero. He said, let's look at each one of these and see how we could get it down to zero. So my question is, how can we get people down to zero? Like, what is the equation for that? Or what is the remedy for that, Mr. Gates?
Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population.
This guy, he had to be, this guy, bro. He had to be born in Hades. Like, there's no way you're human. There's no way this guy is human. Like, what? You want to bring one of these numbers down close to zero. People, aren't you part of people? Isn't he part of people? Or is he telling us that, I'm not a people, I'm not a person, I'm not you guys? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Because how did this come up in your brain to speak in front of people and say, yeah, we got to bring the people numbers down to zero? What?
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines.
If we do a really great job on what he said, new vaccines,
healthcare, reproductive
healthcare.
health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Wait, hold on. So he said at the time of that recording, he said that, the world population was about 6 billion and is heading up to 9 billion. I think right now we got 8 billion people on the earth right now. We got about like 8 billion right now. So, but listen to what he says clearly. And the people in the room was just looking at him like, yeah, that's nice. It's really interesting. Yeah, they're just listening to him say this stuff. And no one said anything. Like no one in the room didn't think that what he was saying was kind of strange. That they want to bring the numbers for people down to zero. They could do a great job by implementing certain things. Look.
Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
If we do a good job on vaccines, healthcare, and reproductive care, what is that? What's reproductive care? Abortion clinics, contraceptives, right? He said we could bring the number down to what? How many percent?
That by perhaps 10 or 15%.
15%? This guy is a maniac. This guy's a maniac. So not only do they want us not to own anything and be happy, they want us out the way as well too. Right? If we do a really good job on health care, reproductive care, and vaccines, we could bring that number down. So now the question is, if these things are here to help us, why would it be used to bring the number of people down when it comes to the people who use CO2? Why use those? Why use healthcare? Why use reproductive health? Why use the vaccines to bring the number of CO2 down that people use? That's because it's doing exactly what it was created to do. To do. And a lot of people would miss what he's saying if you just listen to him. You're not really analyzing what he's saying. I'm not the one saying it. He just said that. So that means I need informed consent when I go to the doctor. I need informed consent when they ask me to take certain things. I need informed consent because I don't know. Are you trying to help Mr. Gates with bringing down the numbers? I don't know.